that you dealing with some real life stuff, not no pity pat Mickey Mouse stuff. You dealing with some real life stuff that they don't want to be bothered with you, and that put you right back to square one. But in this season and this hour, I ain't got time for you, and you just gonna play with me. I want to be delivered, but I just can't get there on my own. So now if you really gonna help me get delivered, you gonna help me all the way. Tell somebody, you gonna help me all the way, aren't you? You're dealing with some real life issues. Some of us in the church, we come to church and shout, but you're dealing with some hurts, and you're dealing with some pains that every time you look at them, every time you visualize them in your mind, it causes you to get angry, and it causes you to lash out at people, and you really don't mean no harm because you're a nice person, but you can't seem to get past those hurts and those pains. So now if you're going to help me, you must realize that you put yourself in a line of fire, because when I have one of my moments, since you're the one that's going to be around me, you're the one going to get it, and I want to know, can you handle it? Ask somebody, can you handle it? Yeah, can you handle it? I know you see me on Sunday, and I'm in my Sunday's best, but on Monday, I'm dealing with my Monday's worst. So on Monday, you might stop by my house, and I'm drunk, but can you still handle it? You said you wanted to help me, also can you really handle my issue? You might ride past me on the street corner when I'm on my way. When you're on your way to the Kennedy's Chicken, you might see me on the street corner buying some drugs, buying some weed. But even if you see me on the street corner, are you just gonna pass by and look the other way as if you don't know you just said you was gonna help me get through this? Are you gonna help me get through this? I want to know, can you handle what I'm going through? Because if you can't handle what I'm going through, shut up, sit down, and move your seat. Because I'm tired of going through the same thing. I need somebody in my life that's going to help me get through this. I need somebody in my life that's going to help me get past this. And if you're going to help me get through it, you're going to have to go through it with me. To somebody that's a, can you handle it? Can you handle it? Y'all sit down now. I sure didn't mean to do all this hard preaching. Y'all sit down now. Can you handle it? Because there are going to be times when I can't walk. Spiritually, I can't walk. You hollering at me, talking about get up, get up. No. I almost said something. No. You help me get up. I can't get up on my own. My legs are lame. I'm dealing with something that has literally taken a straight out of my spiritual legs. And if you really want to help me, put me on your product back and help me get to where I need to go in the spirit. Ask your neighbor, can you handle my issues? Can you handle my issues? Because it's so interesting to me. We can handle each other's successes, but we can't handle each other's issues. But if we're going to be a victorious church, we can't just rejoice when you rejoice. You got to learn how to carry me when I can't walk on my own. Ask somebody, can you handle my issues? Can you handle my issues? Can you handle it if I come to you and tell you I cheated on my spouse? Or will you run that around town? Can you handle it if I tell you I got an issue with pornography? Or will you back away from me? Can you handle it if I tell you when I look at men, things happen in my body that shouldn't? Or would you run away from me? Can you handle it when I tell you as a woman, when I look at other women, I have thoughts and desires that are not of God? Or will you walk away from me? Can you handle it if I tell you when I look at little kids, I start to tingle in my hands and my thoughts get away from me? Or will you walk away from me? See, if we're going to be the real church, we got to learn how to deal with real issues. It ain't just about God making a way out of no way. Sometimes it's more than that. It's not always about him being a water in a dry place. Sometimes it's more than that. And if we really want to be the church that God is calling for us to be, we got to learn how to carry folk when they can't walk